Rocktober is right around the corner, everybody. We will play playoff baseball this season. We clinched the wild card last episode, but there's still one last thing for us to play for. Where is this game going to be played? In Colorado or in San Diego? Right now, they're a couple games ahead of us with 5 to go for them, 6 games to go for us. At the same time, we do have a winner-take-all matchup in the AA playoffs, and that's where this video is going to begin. If you are not as interested in this game, you can use the chapters and the scroll bar on the video to go where you want, but we're going to start with this Game 5 series finale with the Hartford Yard Goats taking on the Portland Sea Dogs. Antonio Santos takes the mound. He is a 27-year-old pitcher, 65 overall. And here in the first inning, this is a line drive to right center field, and Portland has their first hit, and it turns into a one-out double. That brings up the 31-year-old Joey Meneses as Santos falls behind, misses with the curveball, 3-1. And there's a drive hit high and hard out to center field. Connor Blair at the wall, and he can't bring it back. It is a 2-run homer to start the game for Portland. That's not how Antonio Santos wanted to get this game underway. 2-0, we'll go bottom 2. And here's Reggie DeVore, who had some great moments in the previous episode. He's hitting well here in the postseason, and that's knocked down at third base, but DeVore with great speed will get there easily with a base hit. That brings up Martin Holler, and it's lined to right field, down for a base hit to reach here in the second. Now, there are a couple players in this lineup that did not play in the previous episode, and one of them is Ryan Valade, who drops this down the right field line. That'll get Hartford on the board. Waving around Holler, the throw coming in, not in time. The initial throw from the right fielder went offline, and we take advantage, tying this game. And that brings up Colby Fitch. Deep drive, center field. That one is gone. Colby Fitch, 428 feet. Hartford puts 4 on the board. I'm thinking Colby Fitch is going to be our third catcher next year. He'll be at AAA most likely, but I have liked what I've seen from him this season, and he's developed a bit here at age 28. Hartford leads 4-2 as Santos tries to get through a few innings. Gets the batter here to chase for the ground out to short. Now, I was, of course, managing this like a playoff game. I wanted to see if Santos could get settled in. If not, I was already prepared with the bullpen. But some really good pitches here in the third. Get weak ground out. Santos puts a couple zeros on the board. Let's head into the fourth inning now. Pitch count approaching 60 as he falls behind Brian Riley. Missing again, he falls way behind. And this pitch is drilled deep to left field. Boyer back on the track. He lays out and can't make the catch. Luckily, the carom goes right to center, and it's a 2-out double. Brings up Jake Peter. There's a good fastball on the outside corner. Well, that's not where you want it, but he looked at it. Strike 2. And that's lined to left field. Good hit for Peter, and Portland will tack on another run. That wasn't even a bad pitch there, just a really good swing. But I felt like it was a good time to go to the bullpen now. The lefty, Brian Gonzalez, comes out. And he starts with a fastball on the inside corner. Comes back inside, and that is drilled foul. Now an 0-2 count. Struck him out. Nice curveball. That was a sweet pitch. Now a 4-3 game as we go bottom 4. It's Martin Holler at the plate, and now he lines one into left field. 2 hits for Holler. Valade in the 8th spot. He gets ahead of this one. Drilled deep to left field, and that gets down. Holler on his way to third. second and third for Hartford, just one away. 2 doubles on the day now for Valade, and that brings up Colby Fitch once again, who homered earlier. That is in the air to right center field and carrying, and it gets down on the warning track. 2 more runs batted in for Colby Fitch. A home run and a double out of a 9 spot. Not bad. This is turning into a rough day here for Zach Brown, so they're going to the bullpen. Henry Newby facing Grant Levine a couple batters later with runners at the corners. That's lined to right center field. A run scores. Connor Blair makes his way to third base. Hartford has 7 on the board. But here's their best hitter. Albert Aguila trying to join in on the action, 2-2. And he swings through the slider. That was unexpected. How about the powerful Paul Boyer in the air to right center field? And that's hit pretty well, but not well enough. And the inning comes to an end. 7 runs ain't bad, though. Bullpen's got to protect this lead. Gonzalez stays in. That's a busted bat. And okay effort on the dive, but coming up empty on that one. 2 on now, Ramon Ramirez. And Gonzalez decides that he's just trying to avoid the strike zone all of a sudden. The bases are juiced. New pitcher, Will Zahoric, enters the game to face Joey Meneses. And that's a ground ball hit to short. And trying to get the out at second. Safe there, safe at first, and a run scores. Not what you want there. Bases loaded. Justin Yurchak. He pulls this down the right field line. Hit fairly well. Can definitely tag on this. And Portland does. Now a 7-5 game. 2 down. Brian Riley. On the ground to short. Can we do it right this time? Yes. But Portland gets a couple back. Let's take this to the bottom of the 5th inning. Reggie DeVore, 1 for 2, and he drills this to right center field. And DeVore has 2 hits on the day. He turns the corner at second base, showing off the speed. In at third with the triple. I really like what I'm seeing from Reggie DeVore. How about Martin Holler, grounding to the right side. That's an RBI and an error. He turns up to second base. I love defense down at AA. It's so much more exciting, honestly. Couple batters later, Valade, right center. And he's got the trifecta. 3 doubles in a row. Hartford up 9-5. Man, this AA baseball is exciting. 8th inning, Michael Peterson is in. He's got some pretty good stuff. He's a good 8th inning guy, or even a potential closer, I think, one day. 1-2 count, and a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. That's 2 down. Adam Kelly. Good fastball inside. That's the 2-seamer. And the 0-2 slider. Strike 3. Hartford brings this lead into the 9th inning. Hector Lujan enters. Fly ball left field. And that's an easy play. We're 1 out from ending this series. And that's popped up for second base. And Hartford comes back to beat Portland. They dropped the first 2 in this series, but rattle off 3 in a row for the reverse sweep. And this team, I think, has a lot of players that are going to make their way up to AAA and maybe aren't that far away from the big leagues, specifically with Albert Aguila and maybe Reggie DeVore. I wasn't thinking about him a ton until these videos and getting to play with him for the first time. I'm definitely interested in him playing at AAA next season. With the talent we have in this organization, I'm expecting the AAA team to be really good next year. Now, I'm not going to continue their playoff run because let's go back to the big leagues now. We have some key games there. We got some time at AA, and that was a lot of fun. But I want to get back to the big leagues and talk about trying to get a home playoff game. The wild card is only a 1-game deal. And we want to play it in Coors if possible. We've been waiting for October to come back, and I would rather play it at home. So we split the first 2 games in this series against the Dodgers. Let's try to win a series against them. What do you say, John Gray? Well, he gives up 4 in the first, so it's an uphill battle already. Here's Ty France, who only needs 2 home runs to be our 3rd 30 home run hitter of the season. And he's up here in the second, facing Josiah Gray. That is smoked over third base, and it'll reach the wall. France into second, throw coming in offline. It's a leadoff double. We have to start somewhere. Following Ty France, here's Dom Nunez, hitting .295. How about that? And he draws the walk. 2 on here in the second. That brings up Nick Solak, 3-2 count, and Gray gets him with the fastball for the second out. And now we have to hope that John Gray can make something happen. He's hitting .133 this year, 3-1, and Gray walks him. So the bases are loaded, and we're down 4. And now we get Brandon Nimmo at the plate, but an 0-2 count. And Gray strikes him out to end the inning. He leaves the bases loaded. Later in the game, it is now 5-3. Colorado fighting back. 0-2 count. Gray misses barely. Really good 2-strike pitch. France 2-2. With Geronimo taking off and stealing second base. Full count now to Ty France, trying to bring Geronimo home. And he pops it up. Late on the fastball. That was a really bad swing. And it's the second out of the inning. Watching the rest of this from the dugout now, we do have Brian Reynolds next, and he's able to work out a walk. And back to Dom Nunez. You like that sound? Base hit right field. Geronimo is waved around, and Betts throws him out easily. The Rockies remain down 2. Nice throw by Mookie Betts. I probably, if I were playing normally, would have tested this as well. Let's move into the 7th inning now. It's 7-5 Dodgers. And with a runner on first, ground ball to Devers, and his throw to second is offline. A potential double play ends up getting nobody. And we move ahead to the 9th inning, and suddenly it's 14-5. We gave up 6 runs in the 7th inning, and the error did help that. We ended up, actually in this game, giving up 9 earned runs and 5 unearned, partially because of 2 errors. So the Dodgers take this series as they tend to do against us. And that takes us to our last 3-game set of the season. We will not face Zach Gallen, but we will face the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we dropped the first game 6-3, giving us a 3-game losing streak and really hurting our chances at getting a home playoff game. John Means didn't have a great start right after John Gray didn't have his best start. I did mix up our rotation so that Severino would have his start skipped, and we could save him for the wild card game. I wanted to see if we were still in the mix for a home game, so I went through the records here. San Diego still 2 games ahead of us, and I calculated our head-to-head against them. 9 wins, 10 losses. There really is no way for us to get a home playoff game now, unfortunately. But we do bounce back to beat the Diamondbacks 11-1. Put up some really big offense all late in this game in the 7th and 8th inning. That leaves 1 game left this year. We could tie the Padres record, but they have a better division record, better head-to-head. So we are not getting a home playoff game, at least in the wild card. And in game 162, I gave anybody who was lower than like 80% stamina the day off and played a lot of backups. This was not a very important game for us. Xavier Edwards, he starts and leads off and lines the pitch into right field. I've been so impressed with him, by the way. He's hitting over 300 this year. Ty France batting third in this one, grounds it to first. Out at second, Correa back to first. It's an inning-ending double play. Making the starts here. I did consider like Jordan Holloway in like a weird bullpen game, but just kept Yonny Chirinos out there, and I really wanted him to go long in this game. Max Kepler, 1-2 slider, out in front, strike 3. Christian Walker batting next, and Chirinos also gets ahead of him. 1-2. Called, strike 3 on the fastball. You can't argue that one. It was a good pitch. Scoreless here, bottom 2. Anthony Santander batting cleanup and demonstrating some cleanup power. Drilled deep to right field. That'll get the scoring started. Number 15 on the season. I think this has been a solid trade for Santander. Still not sure if we'll be able to bring him back next season. Top of the third, with a runner on second base, Whit Merrifield gets Arizona on the board with this deep double that he wants to turn into a triple, and does. He's got really good speed, and he is among the leaders in stolen bases here in the National League. Jonathan Villar draws the walk, and that brings up Carlos Correa. Chirinos having some struggles here in the third. And that's hit deep to left center field. That is way, way back. Carlos Correa, 3-run blast. That's number 29 on the season, as Chirinos just missed with that pitch. Don't like seeing us give up 4 runs early in the game like that. Here's Santander going the other way. That's over the left fielder's head. He has a home run and a double by the 4th inning. Dom Thompson-Williams starting today, and he is batting 5th. That pitch is left up and drilled to right center field. Santander scores easily, and Thompson-Williams wants 3, and he is in easily. Another extra base hit for Colorado. Trying to bring him home, it's Nick Solak. That one misses inside. 1-0 from Bukauskas. And Solak hammers it to center. That will tie this game at 4. He really got a hold of this one. 472 feet. And the 22nd home run of his season. Colorado battles back. That brings up Dom Nunez. And that's turned on. Deep right field. Colorado pulls ahead. One more homer for Nunez, his 13th. That slider missed badly. So both pitchers now have given up some damage in this game. What would we see strategy-wise now? Well, in the 5th inning, they didn't lift Bukauskas for a pinch hitter. Now, he is hitting .209, pretty good for a pitcher. But this said they wanted him to keep pitching, despite the home runs and the 5 runs allowed. I also kept in Chirinos because, I mean, it was going to be all about his pitch count, basically. I wanted him to eat up most of these innings. It's 5-4 as we go bottom 5. Santander's already got the home run and the double. You can start to talk about the possibilities of a cycle, which we've never had in this series. 1-2. That's fouled off. He'll battle. 2-2. And that misses outside. Full count to Santander. And there's a drive. Hit the other way. Santander. 2nd home run. Well, the cycle might not happen, but a 2-home run day is better. The cycle is just cool is all. It's 6-4. Chirinos stays in the game for the 6th inning, and here is Carlos Correa. 29 homers now on the season, and Chirinos able to get ahead, 1-2. Wow. No call, didn't offer? And Correa goes the other way. Driven deep and out, just leaving. Well, from 28 home runs to 30 here on the final day of the season, not bad. And a good piece of hitting. And how about this? We had 2 players each have 2 home run days, and their second were both opposite field. Baseball's weird. Max Kepler hits this on the ground. Chirinos, despite giving up 5 and not having his best day, does get us through 6, and that's what I wanted. Both teams into their bullpens now, and Colton Welker, playing third base in the place of Devers, will drive this to left center field. Carrying over the fence, it's out of here. Solo homer for Welker. All these bench players are having a day getting this opportunity to close out the season at Coors Field. Jordan Holloway is in. We know he's been a home run waiting to happen this year, but I wanted him to hopefully finish the game. And that curveball gets strike 3. As long as that curveball's working, we can get some outs. Bottom 7, Ty France is 0 for 3. When does he join the fun? Well, he hits this to Carlos Correa, and his throw is offline. Couple of home runs on the day, but misses the routine defensive play. That brings up Anthony Santander, and he's able to work out a 5-pitch walk. We go to Dom Thompson-Williams now, 2-on. And he hits it sharply to second base. A perfect swing and a double play. That didn't feel good. 8th inning, Jordan Holloway facing the speedster, Tim LaCastro. You got to strike him out. Don't let him put it in play. Jonathan Villar popped up over towards the Arizona dugout. Let's make that catch. Pretty good innings here for Jordan Holloway. Can he give us a 3-inning save? Correa, base hit right field. Ketel Marte's 0 for 3. But now gets a hold of one. Driven deep to right center and off the fence. Correa to third, turns the corner. Relay, there won't be one. All right, we're going to Taylor Rogers. The closer is in. Maybe I should have led with this from the start. We have the off day after this, so you know he can recover. Max Kepler, 1-2, chasing, strike 3. All right, we need 2 more. Christian Walker. All right, that's way too low. 2-2. Miss low again. Not a bad curve. Full count. Come on. 2-on now. Here's Josh Rojas. We have a lefty-lefty matchup again. That doesn't get the call. 3-1 from Rogers, and Rojas draws the walk. Bases are loaded. Carson Kelly puts down the bunt. Do you try to get the out at home? I thought about it. Ended up getting nothing. And the game is tied with the bases loaded. So Rogers already can't get the save. Let's just take him out, put in Ryan Rolison. That was my idea. Yandy Diaz enters. Here's a ground ball to short, and Edwards misplays it. We get 1. We could have ended the inning there, but instead, Arizona takes the lead. A couple batters later, Jonathan Villar hammered to left field over Geronimo's glove. And Villar makes his way to second. Here is the throw coming home. It's too late. Arizona puts 4 on the board. If I had just made the smart play when they had the bunt laid down, the error by Edwards wouldn't have mattered. That was a mess. No reason to be down 4 here. But Connor Joe gives us a double, and Edwards hammers one to right field. We're getting at least 2 of these back, and we're going to make this interesting. Xavier Edwards, 3rd home run of the year. Imagine I didn't screw up the top of the inning. Could have been a walk-off on the last day. But we still have a chance. David Geronimo, he's battling 0 for 4. And a base hit to center field. Tying runs at the plate. And it's Ty France. That's way inside, and France almost got a hold of it. but chases the changeup low. Alex Young comes in and picks up a big strikeout. Here's Anthony Santander, 3 for 3 as a lefty, but now batting as a righty. And he draws his second walk of the day. We have a chance to walk this off against the lefty. You know Johnny Schaefer is coming off the bench. He has 6 home runs on the year, but is out in front. Dribbler to Correa. Has one play, gets the out at first, 2 down, 2 in scoring position. Solak is up 3 for 4 on the day. And he's ahead, 3-1. Good take, ball 4. That would bring up Dom Nunez, but I decided, how about Trey Turner, with how well he's hit lefties this season. He's at 98 RBIs. And this is in the air to center field, but it's not hit deep, and this game is over. Arizona wins the finale at Coors Field. Kind of a heartbreaking loss, but it wasn't a consequential game. Ended up being a really exciting game, and that 9th inning alone took around 20 real-time minutes. Now, after the game is over here, the PA announcer will announce a game length that would be more realistic. Obviously in real life, this probably took me an hour and a half or so. It was a long game, but the PA announcer had it as 4 hours, 29 minutes. That's a pretty big one here, especially for a game that honestly didn't matter a ton. But I had a great time with it, and now the season is all wrapped up, and we can take a look at the stats here. 5 players hit at least 20 home runs, a couple in striking distance for 30 that fell a little short, but we were a great home run hitting team this year. Rafi Devers, the only one to go over 100 RBIs, with Turner and Geronimo both close. Trey Turner, 34 stolen bases. And Xavier Edwards. I know it's only 73 at-bats, small sample size, but I haven't had a lot of success with hitters in the high 70s, low 80s with ratings similar to him. And for him to hit this well gives me some hope. He had 8 extra base hits and 73 at-bats. I'd say his future is looking pretty bright. As far as our hitting goes this year, we were the 5th best home run hitting team and by far the best at getting doubles. One of the things we've been chasing in this series is our on-base percentage, and we ended up 13th, and I will take that. I don't need to be the most efficient offense. For sure in Coors, I want extra base hits, but 13th in on-base, that is plenty fine. Brandon Nimmo leads us in WAR with 7.3, Trey Turner behind him, and then Ty France with his career season. He has 1 year left of arbitration. I'm really curious of what his arbitration salary would be next year because he just had a monster campaign. He should see a pretty good raise. Here are the best hitters against righties and lefties. As you can tell, Johnny Schaefer still has a lot of work to do against righties. Does a very good job against lefties, as do a lot of hitters on this team. And maybe I shouldn't have taken Dom Nunez out of the game there for Trey Turner. How about the pitching? It was solid, and especially considering the fact that German Marquez had a very down season and Andrew Heaney tore his ACL. We had to be very creative this year, and the bullpen, we had to shake things up there, and never really found that great long relief guy. But we were still 7th in ERA this year. I'll take that. And despite playing in Coors Field and then another handful of games in Chase Field and playing the Dodgers a ton, 3rd in hits allowed this year. I'm so impressed with that. 9th in runs allowed overall, and home runs allowed. Tied for 10th. I'll take that. It's Coors Field. We're going to give up some, and Jordan Holloway gave up his fair share, that's for sure. We're still looking for that long relief guy. That's one of the biggest holes, I'd say, on the roster. 1.8 home run per 9, and he had to pitch 110 innings for us. Actually, I think some of those might have been in Miami because we had traded for him. So, we are going to the postseason. We have at least one game, and I hope it's more than just one. We're going to have Luis Severino facing Chris Paddock. If we win, we know we're going to face the number 1 seed Dodgers. And I don't think we've won a series against them this year. But this offense can get hot, and that's what it would take to beat the Dodgers. I don't think we can outpitch them, but I know that we have a chance to outhit them. Even if they have like 3 Cy Young candidates on their team. I mean, you know the Dodgers are loaded. There aren't a lot of holes on that team. They have like a $300 and some million payroll. So it's an uphill battle, that's for sure. But this is the best team we've ever had to try and take them down. And we have to take down the Padres first to get there. So we finished within a game of San Diego this season. And we lost like 9 of our first 10 against them, but won like 9 out of our last 10 against them. So we're on the right side momentum-wise, I guess. And I'm really looking forward to this game. Luis Severino is obviously our ace, so we want him pitching, and he will in this game. But we're also getting their best pitcher from this season. Wasn't Mike Clevinger, Blake Snell, or Joe Musgrove, Dinelson Lamet. Chris Paddock led them in pitching war on the year. 4.8 with a 2.79 ERA, 202 strikeouts, and 212 innings, a 1.1 whip. So it's going to be tough. I think we'll have a really good game, and I'm looking forward to the first playoff game of the series, and that's going to be coming here later this week. I just hope that the season doesn't end after this one. It's been a very long season with more episodes than most, and I really don't want it to be a short playoff stay. In my opinion, the wild card series should be like an extension of the regular season in a way and be a 3-game series all played in the same city. I don't like the 1-game winner-take-all wild card scenario. By the way, I was curious here and checked on our good pal Zach Gallen. He's a free agent this year. Just throwing that out there. Who knows what'll happen. But here's just a look at the final stats. I tried to include just about everything here so you could see who is leading in all these categories and how the league has developed. One thing I wanted to say too, whenever this season ends, and it could be after the next episode, but I will be taking a short break from the series until the launch of MLB 22. And from what I know, there won't be year-to-year saves, but I'm continuing the game and the series here on MLB 21. But I'll probably just take a little bit of time off of it and shift over to the return of the UTSA Dynasty. Posted that video over the weekend. College football revamped. Should be a lot of fun. I do have to figure out like some of the editors and whatnot. There's some really cool tools that have been built and I want to take advantage of and really make the series feel fresh. But hey, we got college football coming to the channel, playoff baseball. There's some pretty cool content, I think, on the way. And that will do it for this jam-packed finale to the regular season. But finally, we're not done yet. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts down below. I'll see you all when Rocktober kicks off in the postseason. Have a great day.